closure is something which does not really exist. I truly believe that.
मुझे ऐसा भी लगता है 20s are where you experience the most, where you can test it out, where you have that opportunity.
Well, let's talk in 10 years and let's see who's happier, because I know I'm going to be the happier.
Okay. Hi everyone, welcome back to Listen Up with Simran Isha, where we dive into real conversations about life, personal growth, and everything in between. Today, we have an exciting episode lined up for you, so turn up the volume and listen up.
Welcome back everyone to today's episode of Listen Up with Simran Isha. And Sim and Isha are in a happy weekend mood today. And before we actually started recording this episode, we were talking about all this stupid stuff we've done in our 20s, right Isha? Like there's a lot of it.
Oh, there's a lot of it, yes.
There's a lot of it. So I thought, why don't we do like this really fun edition of all the mistakes we've made in our 20s, or choices actually we've made in our 20s, and put a little bit of a Bollywood twist to it. How does that sound, Isha? I have a few questions.
Fun. Yes.
I have a few questions which we can discuss. I think both of us can discuss, and let's see how that goes.
I think I like that idea. You know what? What I can do? I'll read out the questions and we both can react to it. How does that sound?
Perfect. That sounds amazing. Yeah.
Great.
And obviously, if you're listening in and if you also have answers to give us, please drop it in the comments. I would love to know what you all would do in the... Because me and Isha both, like most of us, grow up on Bollywood, right? Whether we like it, don't like it, somehow it seeps into our lives and it affects a lot of our decisions as Indians especially, you know?
Oh yes.
So,
Bollywood is a big part of our life. It has been a big part, big influence on our lives in the last, decade of 20s. So I think it's a fun twist we can do. And I think both of us will find some old movies that we really like.
Yeah, I have a few. So yeah, let's go. First question.
Okay, we're talking about love in this one. Would you rather be stuck in a toxic Kabir Singh style relationship, or friend zone forever like Krish in 2 States?
Friend zone. Friend zone. Rather be in a friend zone personally, because I'm just like, there's no way I'm doing toxicity. I'd rather be friend zoned by someone or even stay single for like life than, be in a toxic relationship. Never doing one again.
I hear you, I have my moments, but there are sometimes I really like Preeti and I like relate to her a lot, but there are moments where I'm like, I need a guy that's possessive of me like that, so I'm not going to be the one to complain ki agar aisa but itni toxicity nahi chahiye. I don't want the slab happening along with it. But yeah.
I'll tell you something, Isha, very funny, which is such a random thing. But I remember when I was in my toxic relationship and I was dating this guy, very fresh at that time. And the movie Kabir Singh just came out. And he comes to me like one day and he goes like, Sim, you just have to watch this movie. It's such an amazing movie. And all my friends have been like, what is this shit movie? Like, what is this? Like, toxic movie and everything. All my girlfriends. And this guy comes home and one day and he's like, oh, Sim, you have to watch this movie. I said, which movie? He's like, no, you have to. I cried watching this movie. I related so much to it. And I'm just wondering in my head, which movie? And then he goes like, Kabir Singh. And I'm like, dude, if that was not a red flag, I don't know what. It was a red sharara. And at that time, I just laughed it off and I didn't think much of it. But now when I look back, I'm like, I was such an idiot. The flag was there. You know?
It was there, Simran. Like, if somebody's coming in telling me, Isha, I love Anil, and like, you should watch it, like, I know, okay, something's off there. I am not, So yeah, this happened with Animal ke time par bhi hua. I remember I went for Gangubai Kathiawadi with some of my group of friends, and I came back and the boys were so disappointed because they were like, the movie's about something, but they didn't show.
They wanted the other side of
they wanted the other side of Gangubai, and I was like, okay, you forgot, you completely lost the message there.
You lost the plot, sir. Oh my god, that's funny.
So we decided you want to be in the friend zone and I want to be in the Kabir Singh kind of relationship, but not as toxic as Kabir Singh.
Well, let's talk in 10 years and let's see who's happier, because I know I'm going to be the happier.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, let's do next one. Would you rather blow all your savings starting a wake-up type passion project, take up a corporate job like Bunny in Ye Jawani Hai Diwani and feel soul dead?
I think been there, done that, like both.
Both. Okay.
To be
I feel
honest
the
with
soul that
you,
thing. Like I relate to it.
you relate to it. You were in a corporate job as well, right?
Yes,
And it
yes.
didn't feel connected, right?
Yeah, I didn't connect that much. It was a good
Mm.
job. I don't complain that the job was bad or anything, but I didn't connect to it. And
Got it.
I chose passion. So I think somewhere I would rather blow up all my savings in a wake up sit style startup, but I'll still be a little mindful about the money, I think. So
Yeah.
you see, everything that I'm reading, I'm being an extra one step cautious to it.
So the thing with me is, I'll go wake up sit way. Like, I would completely blow
Yeah.
up my savings. Not to be an idiot, but to live, you know? I think, like, I have that
experience.
side in me. Yeah, and I have that side in me where I'm just like, you know what? It's okay if I lose everything, I'll build it again. You know, like, it's fine. Like, I think I have that thing that it's fine if I have to burn. Because I've burned so many times in my life, in my 20s, where it was leaving my corporate job or starting my business or being left in relationships. I just feel like, I'm like, you know what? Aane do, you know, like, jo hoega, so hoega type vibes, you know? So, and I rather live fully than, you know, live half. I don't think I can ever live half, for sure.
I hear you. I get that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, but
next
please
question.
save.
Yeah,
Even
no.
if you're here. No, have savings. Please invest in mutual funds. Take financial
Yeah.
advice from people. Don't be an idiot. But yeah, if I have to choose between the two, I'll be sim, for sure.
I hear you. I get that. I think I understand that somewhere, where that's coming from.
Yeah.
Because मुझे ऐसा भी लगता है 20s are where you experience the most, where you can test it out, where you have that opportunity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Next question.
Next question. I'm loving this rapid fire.
Would you rather live a double life like Geet in Jab We Met, or be overly responsible older sibling like Naina in Kal Ho Na Ho? Now this one's personal. We both are elder siblings here.
The thing is, I've lived Naina. So,
Naina.
I mean,
I would want to
I
be
know.
Geet now.
Even like there's a part of me which will want to be Geet, but I am a Naina, you know, like, so even if I want to be a Geet, I am a Naina. My conditioning is a Naina, you know, so, and I've grown up as a Naina. So
Like,
it is
I
difficult.
imagine myself doing things as Geet would do, but then I'll come back and take the step as Nana. Like, that is what happened to me. I won't be able to go through with it completely or just be too reckless about it. And like, जैसे गीत में वो बोलते हैं, like गीत says this dialogue in जब वी मेट कि मेरी choice है ना, I will take care of it. I will face the circumstances also. I will face the repercussions of it. And I don't think I'm ready for that. Like, I'm a little elder sibling के लो या whatever. I've grown up with this mentality कि थोड़ा सा cautious होके चल रही हूँ, थोड़ा सा 2 steps ahead सोच के चल रही हूँ. So I think somewhere I'm Naina, but I would want to experience that freedom of Geet, that liberating feeling.
Yeah. Honestly, when I first saw Geet's character, I was just like such an idiot. Like, that was my reaction. I was just, and I know so many women loved, I mean, they still do love Geet. It's a very loved character. But for me, just Geet was never relatable because growing up, I was just like, how can you be like that? Like, how can you just go to random place for some random guy who has not even promised you anything and then live there? Like, everything, every step she made felt reckless, you know? And I'm like, because of my conditioning to have everything under control, just cannot understand. I didn't understand her at all. But today I feel like, okay, I get it where she was and where she came from. And like, it's good to be between a Naina and a Geet, you know? You can't be too much of a Geet, can't be too much of a Naina. I think you have your journeys.
But I like one thing about Geet, like that's a character trait that she had. मैं अपनी favorite हूँ, no matter what happens. Like that is my favorite line of that character. And like, I think I want to believe in that forever for the rest of my life. कि मैं अपनी favorite हूँ. I don't want other people to tell me कि वो I am their favorite. मैं अपनी favorite. Like that's, I think that's why I want to live with.
So many girls related with Kareena in that Geet because you know I've never heard anyone be so full of themselves and then be
full
still
of self-love,
you know, and she was not full of herself in a negative way. She was full of herself because she really loved herself, you know, and she loved life and she was a die-hard romantic, you know, like that was her personality, you know.
Wears a heart on a sleeve. I love that kind of love.
Me, okay.
Not so we are much. Somewhere in between both.
Somewhere in between, for sure,
Okay, so we are just, shifting one or the other. Alternating there.
Great. Today we wake up and choose the personality today. Today we want to be a Geet.
Today my heart is saying Naina, today my heart is saying Geet. Love that. Awesome. Let's go next question.
Yeah, let's go. Loving this. I feel
Again,
like I'm
we are
sitting
back
like a Karan Johar coffee with Karan vibes without the Karan, obviously.
without the hamper also.
Yeah. One of the funniest things which I have to say, I'm sorry I'm interrupting, but it's like one of the things my friends always tell me. So I've had a series of boyfriends, and like those, I've had at least 3 guys I've dated whose name is Karan. So whenever
Wow.
they see a Karan, and we're out at, like, once we went out and we were at a place and we were talking to people, and one of the guys came up and he's like, "Hi, I'm Karan." My best friend just looked at me and she's like, "No." She was just like, "No.
No.
This name is cursed for you. Just don't choose a Karan." So, even how, like, our names are so influenced by Bollywood sometimes. Like, I'm a Simran, so, like,
Yes.
yeah.
I know. Would you rather chase a dream no one believes in, tamasha vibes, okay? Like,
Ooh.
we're talking tamasha here. Or settle for what's practical, like Aman in Kal Ho Na Ho. I think it's a little similar to the one we've already discussed. But what are you feeling? Tamasha?
Yeah, I think both of the characters had their, good things, good strengths. I would say I'm both in some ways. I would definitely chase something which I believe in. I don't think I give up easily. I think it's one of my traits that I would always chase what I believe in. So I think that I'm a, type A optimist, always going to try my best, and like no matter what the world says, I'm gonna go after what I want. So definitely I would probably do Tamasha vibes. But I don't think I reject what Aman did. I think Aman was also practical, and he saw things in a
He
more.
was smart.
He was smart. It was not that he was wrong in what he did. Like he chose things for the better good of everyone.
Everyone. Yeah,
Not
I
just
know.
for himself. So yeah.
Yeah, it's okay to be selfish sometimes. I think we can learn from both these characters कि तुम्हें किसी moment में जिंदगी में selfish भी होना पड़ता है. But sometimes you have to think of everybody around you. So like it's the day, I think, the day as it comes. But I personally feel that if you have some calling and there's a dream in your head, it's there for a reason.
100%.
And you at least have to try it out. I'm not saying you will succeed or not. I'm not even determining that for now. I'm just saying that you have that obligation to yourself. You owe it to yourself to at least try it out. To whatever scope you make, you can, right? But thoda sa koshish kar sakte ho. This podcast was kind of like a dream for both of us.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
And like when it comes into reality now, when it's happening today, I'm so much happier for it. So yeah, I think if you have a dream, you have an idea in your head, just try it out.
100%.
There's no harm.
There's no harm, and you don't lose anything. And
Yeah.
people will not remember. It's fine. You have to remember. It's for you that you do something.
It's for you.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. At least you'll come out learning something. You'll be on the better side with some experience. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What's the worst that'll happen? You can't hurt
What's
yourself.
the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
True. Okay, let me find a fun one. Let's do a fun one now. Oh, this is a good one. Would you rather party in Goa every weekend like ZNMD? Okay, so they're saying Goa because, gang, and go broke, okay? Or stay home watching Bollywood reruns with your cat but having savings. We're talking 20's here, Simran, so let's keep that into mind. Right
Okay.
now.
Bro, at 50, ZNMD. Always, because I just rather, I don't know, that's my personality type. I'd rather live on the edge than die, or live, I'd rather die at 20 than live till 80, but like not have a good life. I'd rather live till 20 but have a great life. So, I'm gonna go with the first
ZNMD.
one. Yeah,
I know.
ZNMD.
Same here. Because
Zindagi na milegi
I need to have stories to tell. Like I sometimes feel I don't have enough stories abhi. I need to experience life more, and I
Really?
only if you take that risk. So you have to go out and do that thing, and then you have more stories to share. I think I want to be that person. When I'm 80 years old, I want to remember the good. Because I don't think I'm going to remember watching a rerun of a show. No, I'm not going to remember that. But yeah, I would definitely remember that trip, that year with some friends.
Yeah.
Amazing. So
do it for the plot. Do it for the plot.
Yes. Do it for the plot. Would you rather go on a solo redemption trip like in Queen, or get closure by confronting your past like Ayan in Ae Dil Hai Mushkil?
Queen.
Hands down Queen. I think we both love that movie.
I love Queen. I love that movie. I love Kangana Ranaut. I think there's nothing wrong with any of the choices she made in that movie. I would make them 10 times again. I think Queen all the way, because closure is something which does not really exist. I truly believe that, because we look for answers in other people, but other people are not answers, they are only more questions. And we tell ourselves that we need to do this. When my ex broke up with me, he was in Australia and I was in Bombay. And that happened probably around Feb 2020. And I was like, I can't handle the fact that he just broke up with me and I'm not even getting to look at him in the face and like be like, why, like what, and try and fix it. I was very frustrated. And I was just like, why can't I do that? And I literally started working, started making money. I just to buy a ticket so I could go to Australia. That's lit. If you truly ask me why I started working in the pandemic, it's because I could make some money to buy a ticket to Australia. I literally was right there and I was ready by March to buy a ticket, and we have the pandemic in March, and all of Bombay, all of India, all of the world is shut down because of the COVID. And for 6 months, even if I had the money, I had the resource, I had the willingness to go to Australia, I just couldn't get there. And I had to, first I was so annoyed that I couldn't get the closure that I wanted. But then later, after 6 months, as time passed, I realized that he is not responsible to give me the closure. I have to give the closure to myself. It's not his it's his choice to leave. It's my choice to accept it.
Accept. Yes, I think acceptance is your choice. I understand.
Yeah, so even though this is a shitty, bittersweet story, the truth is I'd rather be queen because she knew that only and only her decision mattered and her choices mattered, not what happened to her.
I love that she, understood about herself a lot and she took that decision to go on that trip despite the wedding breaking off and everything, because then the way she explored herself and the way she, like the exposure she got and the friends she made, the memories of a lifetime. I think I love that movie too much. But more than that, I think that liberating feeling, I know everybody cannot go on that trip and that is not something, but I think you can learn from her Kia, you need to choose yourself time and again.
Yes.
When the opportunity comes for you and you see like somebody is not choosing you, don't feel sad or pity yourself about it because we go into the self-pity zone. Rather, choose yourself. Own yourself more. I think that's what I learned from that movie when I came out, and I was so happy. I was so I went with my best friend. We had the best time watching that movie.
What a lovely movie, and I love the idea that how it was also the process of her. She was not like immediately after she broke up. She was like, fine, I don't care. I'm gonna go on this trip. I don't care about it.
It was a process, like the career growth, the career arc, character arc that they say. Yeah.
She was a soft, vulnerable, sweet, adjusting, compromising, wants to have kids, get married. That was her personality. And then suddenly her world was shaken and she was left to figure out who is she without all of that society told her. And my favorite scene is when her daddy is banging on the door and she says the sweetest things. I don't remember what she said. I will try and find it. But she said the sweetest thing and she was like, you will not remember, this pain. So I know it feels like the world is crashing right now, but I promise you with time, it will all pass, and you will find yourself again. And that was like so sweet, like the daddy telling her, like everything's gonna be okay, kind of a thing.
Yes. I think somewhere in the movie, especially when you see like a 3-generation gap and then somebody guiding them from experience, I think that connects a lot.
Yeah, I think I've also craved, I love the idea that, we feel sometimes, our elders are so backward, especially our grandmothers, grandfathers. Oh my God, they're just from a different gen. But I've seen so many times those women being more happy, more fun, women or men, living their life and telling us, let it be, bro, live your life. And you don't see your father, mother do it, but you see your, older generation do it, where they are more fun. Sometimes they'll be like, हाँ चल वहाँ से वो ले आते, ये करते, let's do this. Because they also are reaching the end of their lives and they've realized that they just want to live, They don't care.
It doesn't matter. None of it matters at the end of the day. Yeah, I hear you. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do one more question.
Yeah, one more.
Okay. I think you're enjoying this bit too much, Simran.
I'm loving it. I'm just loving this. We should do this every weekend.
Oh yeah. Would you rather have a Bollywood redemption arc? Oh, a good question. With dramatic music and a monologue, or just quietly move on with therapy, nice coffee? I think I know your answer. I know your answer. on this one. I don't think you're the dramatic music and monologue types. You are definitely more of a therapy and iced coffee types. But I would sometimes want to feel like a main character. कि यार कई बार कभी कोई ऐसा moment आए where I like throw my phone away and I just walk it off and I say a big dialogue and then okay, I'm not doing this. I would love to do that, but in reality, even I'm also like therapy le lo and let's go for a cup of coffee. I'll feel better after.
I think the idea of being that dramatic Bollywood redemption arc is amazing, and I think if I could do it, I would do it. But I think I've just healed too much now, and I feel like it's just not worth it. And it's better to go to therapy, have a nice tea, have a nice peaceful life than have all that drama. But yes, the drama is exciting. And when I was younger, I've had the drama. I've done it all. I've had the drama. So I know that the drama is exciting. And in my 20s, I would choose the drama. But yeah, now I think
now we're a little bit more mature. We'll be like, okay, let's go. Let's
so
talk
yeah, so if you're exactly, and if you're listening to this and you're in your 20s, then yeah, go for it. Do the bad shit. It's fine. You'll get to this when you come to the end of those 20s. So yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, make mistakes. I think mistakes are important. Like all these questions today, if you're not going to make fun choices and different choices, then you're just not going to have any stories, right, to tell.
Yeah, exactly. And I think a life is more fulfilled when you experience different things. एक straight path, I know वो 25 पे नौकरी 26 पे छोकरी exactly किसी city life किसी को भी नहीं जीनी, and we relate to that somewhere.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have to understand where to draw the line. But you have to have fun also. You have to make those mistakes. Go on that trip with that friend. Ask your parents for that permission. Thoda sa, sometimes you can push your parents a little. Please, you will make lifetime of memories on those trips. So I think, yeah.
For sure. Oh my god, this is such a cute episode. Loved all the questions. Yes. I hope whoever's listening also enjoyed this as much as we enjoyed it. I think we enjoyed it a lot.
I think we enjoyed this way too much.
Yeah, so just let us know in the comments or just let us know in our DMs if you want us to do more, conversations like this, or if you have any ideas. We are very open to it.
Yes, definitely. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Keep listening.
That's a wrap for today's episode of Listen Up with Simran Isha. Hope you enjoyed the conversation and make sure to like and subscribe for more. Until next time, stay tuned and listen up.